I'm going to try and talk. I don't know how this is going to go. Hi, William Smith, guys. I'll be right back. Sorry, guys. Hi, William. I bit my tongue, and every time I do, I get a canker sore. And it's in a really bad spot. So bear with me. Yeah. I don't get to do tarantulas very often. So when I saw, can we not do live tonight? um, when I saw hold on, we're going to try. I'm going to try. When I saw this animal pop up on the Red List website, I knew I had to do it. I needed to let you guys know that tarantulas are in trouble. And they are. So let's get into the topic. This animal, the Mexican rose tarantula, also known as oh nuts. this animal is near threatened. Now, if you don't know the steps towards extinction, let me help you out a bit. This is the first step on that path towards extinction. Not as bad as endangered or critically endangered, but it's one footfall closer to that end result. They are found in a small corner of Mexico along the Mexican west coast. Hi, Courtney McLean, 3270. How are you? Thank you for the hearts. I have a kinkosaur on my tongue from where I bit my lip, or from where I bit my tongue. So I'm talking a little bit weird tonight. Just bear with me. Their status. Their status, again, is near threatened. They are on a continual decrease. No count on the population. Their threats are habitat loss due to deforestation, urbanization and transportation infrastructure expansion, meaning that they're putting in roads and building and developing and putting in agriculture, all of which takes away habitat. On top of that, there is an ongoing illegal trafficking for the pet trade. They are listed under CITES Appendix 2, which prohibits the export and import of said animals. They are, however, breeding them in captivity for the pet trade, and that takes a lot of weight off of the animals. Hopefully, there's going to be educational programs set up teaching people about them. That just has not happened that I know of. It's not posted anyway. Something I would like to do more of, but of course, animals like them are not allowed in my city. I added another one because I knew this one was going to be short. I should have added another one. Status is, this is for the peacock tarantula, or well, here's the thing. This animal is also endangered, the red knee, but because it is bred in captivity and those babies will go on to be bred in captivity, it's different than if I go out and I take an animal from the wild to put it into captivity. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But the idea is to breed them in captivity so that the pet trade has an industry and we're not taking animals from the wild to do that. Because when one female can produce up to 200 babies, you don't need a lot to get the job done. And then you can sell those babies because laws. So this other tarantula that I just put up is one of the holy grails of keeping tarantulas. I myself never owned them because these guys are about as bad. They're not bad. They are they're very sought after. I never owned them because I am a little bit I'm a little bit scared of them. They are very fast and also venomous. But let's talk about why and how and all of that stuff. So this particular spider is... No, I'm scared of them. These guys are unfortunately critically endangered. Their population trend is for more decreases in population. This tarantula comes from India and West Bengal. However, I could only find a little tiny speck of land in which they live. They live in an area that is less than 100 kilometers squared. Or 100 square kilometers. That is 38 square miles in which they live. Not a lot of land. In their case, the threats are habitat loss and degradation, collection again for the pet trade, and you put those things together and you have a major problem. And they are not alone. These are just two examples of animals that most people would not want in their homes. Let alone really care about. But I talked about this on my main channel, on my I talked about this on, I can't even think. I talked about this on my TikTok last night. About how there's balance in nature and one disruption affects everything. So there are a handful of tarantulas that are endangered. They include the Mexican orange beauty, Brachypelme I'm not even going to try. It's endangered. The New Mexican tarantula is not. Another pokey, that's what we call these things. So it's a different, it's within that genus, but it's a different species. Critically endangered, Mexican pink tarantula, near threatened, Guatemalan red rump, they don't know. Another of the Poketheria, it is data deficient. The curly hair tarantula is of least concern, but it's showing least concern but decreasing. Costa Rican rust brown, another tarantula, it is decreasing but least concern, and it goes on and on. And a large part, if you were to look, I'm sure it would say pet trade, pet trade, pet trade. Ooh. Dracula Vampira. I'm gonna have to check that one out. So this is a big, huge problem that we're facing. These guys do a job, and that they help to eliminate insect pests. They help to get rid of maybe rodents, small rodents. And so they are friendly and needed. Yeah, there's a large handful. The Poketheria are in really bad shape, a lot of them. Anyway, guys, that's basically what I have today. And I think for tomorrow, I'm going to go ahead and do the Christmas cryptids, because believe it or not, there are some real bizarre. They're not even cryptids. They're more fantasy creatures. I almost spilled my water. Yeah. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's at least 9 species from that genus that are that are endangered or something. Krampus is interesting. They do, yes. There's Krampus, the Yule Lads, Belsnickel, Frau Purchit. I'm not even going to be able to say her name.